Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to my Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj, to sage Narada, and all other sages and saints, and to each of you divine soul watching today's satsang. We are covering Narada Bhakti Sutras. We are on chapter number 4, Glory of One Pointed Devotion, and today we will be studying Sutra number 69. Commentaries by my Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanand Ji, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So let's get started. Sutra 69 from chapter 4. The sutra is तीर्थी कुर्वन्ति तीर्थानि सुकर्मी कुर्वन्ति कर्माणि सच्छास्त्री कुर्वन्ति शास्त्राणि. Again, तीर्थी कुर्वन्ति तीर्थानि सुकर्मी कुर्वन्ति कर्माणि सच्छास्त्री कुर्वन्ति शास्त्राणि. Meaning, they being the devotees, sanctify even the holy places. They enhance the goodness in good actions, and they render the scriptures authoritative. So this is a further glorification of the devotee who has reached that state of Parabhakti. Sutra number 69. So it's an extension of Sutra 68 that we had covered yesterday. So a devotee who is immersed in divine love has attained the highest state of sanctity and holiness. This is why Parabhakti, few people get there, but those who do are experiencing all these things and they become a blessing to the entire humanity. Sacred places can no longer sanctify him, rather they crave for his footprints. Imagine. So even the sacred places are excited when somebody with Parabhakti goes there to bless them. The sacred places feel blessed. In fact, the places, they become pilgrimage centers where these sages and saints visit. And those who are already pilgrimage centers become all the more glorified. So that's the benefit and the byproduct that comes out of such personalities. In a like manner, a devotee is no longer dependent upon good actions for his spiritual advancement. He has already attained the highest fruit of his existence. However, having become a channel of divine will, a flute in the hands of Krishna, he continues to perform actions for the upliftment of humanity and for the promotion of harmony in the world. So they become divine channels. All sages and saints, when they are deeply immersed in spiritual work, they are only representatives of God. So furthermore, by performing actions, he sets an examples for others to follow. So people look to him to determine the degree of righteousness or goodness in any action. Similarly, a devotee has risen above the scriptures. The various disciplines and teachings presented by the scriptures have already borne fruit for the divine love of his personality. That is why people read scripture, so they can become spiritual and have the divine experience. In his case, he's having the divine experience all the time. So therefore, it is the devotee who now gives authority to the scriptures. So when he's reading the scriptures and narrating it and sharing it with others, there comes a certain sanctity, a certain authority. The scriptures are studied to understand the glorious personalities of sages and saints. Any scripture that has been spoken or written about by a saint becomes more popular among the masses. Thus, Sri Shankaracharya gave importance to the Upanishads and the Gita. Saint Tulsidas gave importance to the Ramayana, while Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and other devotees of Krishna highlighted Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana. Jesus rendered various places holy in the Mid-East by his sublime presence and gave rise to the scriptures of the New Testament. So different sages and saints have different ways of expressing and sanctifying the work the divine plan. A devotee of God is a living and a moving scripture. How beautiful that is. He is a living, true, he is a temple, he's a living and a moving scripture. He is living commentary on the Gita, on the Upanishads, and all the sacred texts of the world. Without the radiant example of sages and saints, the scriptures would be a mere collection of empty words. So scriptures have to be experienced, therefore, and sages and saints have experienced it. That's why the scriptures become so potent, so meaningful in our daily lives. So this is the essence of the sutra. We will cover sutra number 70 tomorrow. Om Tat Sat.